this contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Welcome to Around the Turnbuckle 3 of January 2000. I'm the Big Al Boski. That is Professor Keith, and that is the ruiner of it all, the over 20-month 3WA Hardcore Champion, JT Cage. What's up, gentlemen?
Damn right. 20 months. 20 months of my reign as 3WA Hardcore Champion, the forever champion. And you know what? It's going to go on to 21 months. It's going to go on to 22 months. We're going to hit that 2-year mark. We're going to keep going until I'm dead. And then I'll be buried with a 3WA Hardcore Champion. And there'll never be another champion.
Bold prediction.
Spoilers.
It's hard to bet against this guy, Keith, when he's had it for so long, and every time that you bet against him, he proves you wrong.
That's true. The deviousness of JT Cage and the Hat Guy should never be bet against.
Did you just call me a diva?
I called you devious.
Okay, I'm making sure. Don't call me a diva.
No.
Wow.
Well, I have heard things.
All right, guys. So tonight in Quakertown at the QMART, doors open at 6, bells ring at 7. JT Cage will be part of a big card, including a revolutionary rumble called New Year's Revolution. And we're going to go through the card. We'll talk about the rumble last, but we'll go through the card if you guys are ready, if you guys are good with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
I wouldn't be sitting here if I wasn't ready. So let's do it. If I'm ready. Well, what you doing? You ain't saying nothing.
I think he might have frozen. Oh, no, he's moving.
No, he's breathing. I can hear him breathing.
Internet issues.
Mouth breathing.
Yeah, I have internet issues here. I don't know about you guys.
Well, I will host the show while he's dealing with his internet. Hello. I am the ruiner of it all, JT Cage. And there's my assistant, Professor Keith. And you got Big Al Boski. And I'm going to run through this card for you. First of all, none of them matter except the original family, except for the original Hack Guy, the ruler JT Cage, Top Shelf Tyler Sim. That's who matters. So we can be done with this pre-show already. There's nothing left to talk about.
Right.
All right, can you guys hear me then?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Okay. First on the docket, Damon Dante, the Outcast versus Donnie Bambino. A little history here between these guys. They were trained in backbreakers together. Best of friends, now better enemies. Professor, what do you look? Maybe we make it this match.
Well, I mean, it's a grudge match, Al, pure and simple. We know what this is about. This is going back to that tag team match that Damon Dante had and Donnie Bambino had against Too Smooth, Tom Mitchell, and Too Nice Trace Parker. And they did not get along. They do not like each other's style. They do not like each other's face. Bambino has attacked Dante on numerous occasions, and we're going to get this thing settled in the 3WA arena.
Absolutely. JT Cage, you got comments on this?
Yeah, I got a few things to say. All right, so David Dante, that freak, half his face a skull or whatever the hell. Donnie Bambino has given me some grief on Facebook over this off season we were in, so I like to smack his face too. But as far as them two and their feud that they've been going through, it should come to an end at this show, New Year's Revolution. It should be the ending of this feud. And I think that Donnie Bambino is going to beat the Freak because he does have someone by his side, a friend that you guys know I know, Nathaniel Cunningham. And Damon Dante, he's too much of an outcast to have friends.
That's kind of true. Donnie Bambino calls Nathaniel Cunningham. Go ahead.
What? Hello?
Donnie Bambino calls his can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Donnie Bambino calls his friend Nathaniel Cunningham bad fella, like they're the bad fellas. So he'll definitely have Nathaniel Cunningham in his corner.
And we know Nathaniel Cunningham's not above getting involved if his friends are involved or if somebody pays him enough or if just somebody cashes in a favor. Right?
Somebody pays him
a favor. Oh, well, what are you alluding to, Professor Keith? Professor Kate, about that. What are you talking about? Cashing in favors and stuff.
I think we all remember Nathaniel Cunningham giving you a little bit of an assist there in your hardcore championship match at the last show. Clearly paying back the debt he owed the original family from when he clocked the hat guy in the head with that lead pipe.
You know what? I'm not going to get into this right now. You know, you're pissing me off. What's this on the screen now? Like your comments show up on StreamYard, just an example. What is that?
I don't know.
Who's trying to comment?
You're having some difficulties.
Yes, I could see that.
No, yeah, it's really bad. Hi, Dina.
Okay, this is funny. No, this is great. This is perfect. These idiot fans of Quakertown. This is exactly the idiocy. Dina Turgai has spelled her own last name wrong. Truggy, it says. Do you see this, Professor Keith?
I do see it.
She spelled her own last name wrong. The
Not
fans
everybody
are idiots.
Not everybody is great at computers.
Oh my goodness! But you got to spell your own name. You had time before you sent it to check your spelling. Right there, if this was a test at school, you would already have points off of your grade because you can't spell your name right. Your SATs, that's like 200 points off for spelling your name. Like you get 200 points for spelling your name correctly. She's already failing the test. Hi, Dina. Go to bed or go to school. One. Oh my goodness. So Keith, it's going to be up to you and I to keep this ball rolling. I know we can't change that thing, but Nathaniel Cunningham, since we were talking about him, he has a match himself, doesn't he?
That he does. He will be the first challenger to Mikey Raw's High Impact Championship. Mikey Raw, of course, coming off a fantastic match. You got to view it as an upset over Greg the Mechanic Manuel last month and a very gracious handing over of the championship. And I'm very curious to see what you think about that match because to me, I looked at Raw versus Manuel as two guys that were very similar in style, very similar in experience level. And you could make a similar case with Raw Cunningham coming into this, but I think Cunningham may be taking it a little too lightly, a little too, I want to say, prognosticating that he has the victory in the bag. I mean, what do you see in that, champ? You're a champion. You have championship matches all the time.
Oh, yeah, I don't lose them.
Victory here.
Yeah, I mean, I have championship matches all the time. I just don't lose them. So I don't know what it feels like to lose a championship, and I probably never will. But as far as being a champion, you're defending against all comers, some of the best of the best. If they're competing for your championship, that means the company or the fans or whoever deems that they are worthy enough, that they are the top notch to compete for that title. You know what I mean? You don't just randomly give it to anybody, that the opportunity. So that's why I don't see it as an upset. If Mike Raw earned that opportunity by getting his victories under his belt and proven to whoever, the upper powers that be or whoever, that he's the one to challenge for that championship, then it's not an upset. He just beat him. He was a better man. It was his time. You know, Greg's a loser. I mean, Al, what was Greg doing that day? Because you always stalking him. You know, like you probably know what he was doing. He ate Denny's or something like that, and maybe that slowed him down, and Mike Raw got the best of him.
Well, if you recall, the professor and I spoke to him right there live at the QMART, like just hours before he had that title defense, and he was already concerned. He seemed a little off his game, Keith, right? Like he was more, whether or not he was going to be that effective that night, whatever was on his mind, I don't know. But he was obviously, obviously not taking Mikey Raw lightly. And Mikey Raw, on the onset of that match, Greg went to shake his hand, be a little bit of sportsman of it. Mikey Raw was all business. He slapped his hand away. He's like, no, I want your championship. Let's go. And at the end of that match, he had his hand raised, and then they had the sportsman-like embrace after that, which was really cool. Fine. I know that makes you sick, but what I'm saying is, before you don't do that crap before the match, man. He was all business, and now Mikey Raw is champion. But when you're champion, as you know, JT Cage, you're a marked man.
Yes, you are. You're a marked man. And all the shaking hand business. Get out of here. Go to bed with that. But my whole thing is, if you got stuff on your mind and you're a champion, always got stuff on my mind. I got to deal with you idiots, fans, all the time during the off season, still talking about me. I'm not even, I'm always I'm living rent free in all your heads, and you're always giving me grief and stuff like that. So yeah, I always got stuff in my mind when I step in that ring, but before that bell rings. But once that bell rings, you got to let all that crap go.
So
it's go time. You got to know how to block that out. It's tunnel vision time. You need to be focused at the task at hand, and that's why you dropped the title, and that's why I'm a 20-month champ. Boom. Yeah, I said it. Now, Mikey Raw versus Nathaniel Cunningham. We'll see.
Well, you guys jumped around a little bit. My next graphic was Tyler Sims and Theo Ivory, which I think is a very, very interesting match. I don't know if these guys have ever had a one-on-one. Do you know that? He's in the original family.
No, that Tyler Sims, Theo Ivory. No, of course Theo Ivory never had a one-on-one with Top Shelf Tyler Sims, because Top Shelf Tyler Sims was a heavyweight champion. Theo Ivory ain't worthy of a heavyweight title shot. So, no, they'd have not.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I would say it. I said it. Do something. I said it. He ain't worthy. He can't even hold on to a tag title with Wyndham. You know what I mean?
That's because Wyndham attacked him.
Yeah, I don't care. Because he was the weak link of the team. Wyndham seen the writing on the wall and struck first. Dropped him like a bad habit. Theo got dropped like a bad habit, as he should have. And now look at Wyndham. He's going on a fight for the heavyweight title tonight.
He is, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
But we'll get there. But as far as Theo Ivory go, no. And he's going to fight one of mine, one of my people, my brother, Tyler Sims. And think he's going to make a name for him? Think he's going to do something off of Tyler Sims' time? He don't even go to drink from the top shelf. You know what I mean? He well drinks. Get out of here. Get out of here.
So we know your pick match, Professor. Who do you got here?
I mean, this is going to be, as JT alluded to, this is a great opportunity for Theo Ivory, right? Tyler Sims, a former heavyweight champion. Tyler Sims, a former tag team champion. Tyler Sims has a title shot somewhere down the line against either main event Michael Mars or Wyndham James Winthorpe III, whoever comes out with the heavyweight title tonight in Quakertown. So tremendous opportunity for Theo Ivory. He's hungry. He's focused on the Extreme Championship. Of course, we want to continue to wish our friend Evan Atlas continued recovery and health, and hopefully he'll be back very, very soon. I wouldn't be shocked if we see him at the show tonight. But Ivory could really, really make a statement here if he manages to get past Tyler Sims. That said, nobody should be looking past Tyler Sims with all his experience and all his success. And of course, he's got his running buddies that I'm sure won't be terribly far behind from his corner. So there's a lot for Theo Ivory to overcome here tonight.
Keith, go to bed. What is that? You always backhand try to say something about me in the original family. Always. Like you're never gonna get a t-shirt this way. You know what I mean? You need to suck up a little bit. You need to learn some humility.
I sucked up for 2 years.
You know what I'm saying? Got running buddies by his side. Tyler Sims can handle this on his own. Yeah, original hack guy going to be with him out there, guiding him as a guiding light, motivating him.
So you're saying you'll be nowhere near the ring and you will have nothing to do with this match.
I'm going to have my own business, okay? I got my own stuff to worry about. Tyler Sims is a former heavyweight champion. He don't need me to help him. Come on. He's a big boy. He's a former, and speaking of him being a former heavyweight champion, I like that you brought that up, that he should be a contender for the title, because if you remember when he never lost his title but had to relinquish it due to injury, and I was in the ring during this, and he gave that title to Dino with the promise that when he returns, he gets first crack at that title.
That is absolutely what I'm alluding to.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, he's been back now for a few months now, and where's his title shot?
That's a fair statement.
Give Wyndham a title shot. Why not Tyler Sims?
That is a fair
point.
Why
did Tyler Sims got to waste his time on Theo Ivory, that loser?
That is a less fair point.
Yeah, get out of here. He's a loser. I said what I said.
The 3WA Heavyweight Championship will also be defended in main event. Michael Mars takes on Wyndham James Winthorpe III. Your thoughts on this? Your thoughts on this match, guys, and then I have a few words from the Prime Minister of Professional Wrestling. But go ahead.
Oh, lovely.
God, I'll start because Michael Mars makes me sick to my stomach. He has made me sick to my stomach since the day one I walked into 3WA when he was in his AEC. He made me sick to my stomach with just because when he was even tag champions with Tyler Sims. He makes me sick to the stomach that he became the champion after Tyler Sims had to give it up. He makes me sick to my stomach because he had to cheat to beat me when I was fighting for the heavyweight title. I can't stand Michael Mars. I cannot stand him. If you could write hate on every grain of sand in the Sahara Desert, it wouldn't be enough hatred for what I have for Michael Mars, for everything he's done to me in my career. So yes, I am strongly supporting Wyndham James Winthorpe III against Michael Mars. You could put anyone in that position, and I'm going to support him against Michael Mars. I one day will make Michael Mars day a living hell. I cannot stand him. Excuse me out. Michael Mars.
Professor, your comments on this match?
Well, I mean, we know Michael Mars has been a fighting champion ever since winning the title. He's coming off a heck of a defense against Robbie Illuminati last month. I think Illuminati shocked a lot of people, A, with his return, and B, how close he came to winning the heavyweight title. We know Wyndham, one of the longest reigning, if not the longest reigning, 3WA heavyweight champions in history, and he knows every dirty trick in the book. Of course, so it's really going to be a hard one to call and to pick a winner in, but never count out the champion. But at the same token, you can never count out the Prime Minister either.
Yeah, I'm not going to count Michael Mars cheating, because let me tell you, when I fought Michael Mars, he cheated. And if people wonder, what do you mean he cheated? He used a chair on me in a standard, it's not a no DQ, it's not a hardcore match. It was just a heavyweight championship competition. And how did he beat me? He put me in a chair and flipped off the top rope onto me. I wasn't prepared for that. This wasn't my element. That's cheating. And then Carlucci just counts 1, 2, 3. Like, it was a conspiracy, whatever. He's not deserves that champion. I should be champ, or either Tyler Sims should have never lost in the first place. I hope he loses. I hope he loses so bad, that loser. Oh, continue. I'm sorry. He really
speaking of the Prime Minister of Professional Wrestling, he had a few words about this championship match, and let's hear from the Prime Minister.
For 3 years, Pro Wrestling's Prime Minister reigned on top of the 3WA heavyweight champion. After
Tony Batista, you sucked and shot yourself down from me for a year and a bloody half.
I've been relegated to the back of the line. Tony Batista lost the championship to Tyler Sims.
Tyler Sims vacated the championship when he became disabled in a tournament was held. A tournament in which Pro Wrestling's Prime Minister was denied entry.
And Michael Mars ascended to the top of the 3WA.
Your ascension, Mr. Mars, is no surprise to Pro Wrestling's Prime Minister.
You are simply one of the most gifted and talented performers in the 3WA locker room. You're the championships up and down the east coast of the United States.
But there's just one problem, Mr. Mars. Just one problem. You have never, ever faced a man like pro wrestling's Prime Minister. You have never faced a man with so much venom running through his veins. You have never faced me. This Saturday, 28th January, at QMART in QUAKERTOWN, PA. When the lights go out, Mr. Mars, and the music stops, it'll be the Union Jack that's raised high, and the second reign of pro wrestling's Prime Minister will begin. And you, Theo Ivory, if you think for a bloody moment about you.
You've got a bloody Prime Minister.
Out!
Wow, I applaud it. That was good cinematography right there. Michael Mars is going down tonight. Can't wait.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Professor, would you like to comment on the Prime Minister's comments?
Well, strong words from the Prime Minister, and certainly we know he can back it up. I definitely appreciated that he recognizes main event Michael Mars' talent and accomplishments, unlike some people on this panel.
He's about to taste out of his mouth on stage.
So certainly the Prime Minister's hungry. The Prime Minister has been thinking about this for a while, this opportunity. Interesting that he invoked Theo Ivory's name. We still don't know why he turned on Theo Ivory in the first place and what all that's about. But I'm sure, Mr. Winthorpe, that Mr. Ivory has not forgotten about you either.
Absolutely.
One day, Professor.
All right. Hickson's Cage has. Whoa.
What?
Okay. Nothing. It got uncomfortable here for a second. Okay.
I thought you had gas.
I'm guessing that you're going with the Prime Minister to capture the championship, JT Cage.
Did I say that? Like y'all be listening. Yes.
You said you were rooting for him. You did not say you would predict that he would actually win.
He's going to win. I literally said Michael Mars is going down tonight.
Okay. Professor, you agree with that?
I'm going to give the edge to main event Michael Mars.
I'm going to give you edge to Michael Mars. Of course you are.
I think he's in the zone right now. He's on quite a roll, not just in 3WA, but elsewhere as well, as Wyndham James Winthorpe alluded to.
He is on quite a roll, but it kind of makes me wonder that will Wyndham James Winthorpe III's problem with Theo Ivory be in the back of his mind or give him a distraction, which gives Michael Mars the edge and possibly retention tonight. That's how I see things playing out, but I will not. I'm with Cage. I would not count out Wyndham James Winthorpe III walking out with the 3WA Heavyweight Championship. You guys alluded to this match earlier. I don't think it needs any more discussion, but I mean, my prediction is I think Mikey Raw retains. But did you guys actually predict this match?
No, we just discussed it while you were gone taking a pee break. So
I wasn't taking a pee break. I was fixing a problem.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I predict that. Excuse me. The ruiner is speaking.
Go ahead.
Al, you got one more time to interrupt me. I predict that Mikey Raw is going to retain. And the only reason why I predict that is because Nathaniel Cunningham, I just don't think he's and I know I said earlier about to get title opportunities, you got a lot to prove. Now, what he proved was that he could hang with Slayer, but he couldn't get the job done against Slayer with collecting the bounty that my manager, my best friend, the original Hack Guy, put out. He couldn't succeed at that, so I don't think he's going to succeed at Mike Raw. In fact, he didn't even succeed at paying Hack Guy back. Yeah, sure, like Hack kind of forgave him and everything like that, but Nico kicked out anyway, so he was soft in that. So he's going to be soft. He can't beat Mikey Raw. No.
Professor?
No.
I hate to agree with JT, but I have to agree with JT here. I think Mikey Raw is on a hot streak right now. This is everything that he's ever wanted. He's a champion now. He beat an incredible champion in the Mechanic Greg Manuel. Nathaniel Cunningham is certainly a great up-and-comer, but I don't think he quite has all the tools yet to overcome Mr. Raw.
This is Philadelphia versus California. And tomorrow, the Philadelphia Eagles are taking on a team from California. And I'm calling a Philadelphia sweep, meaning Mikey Raw and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Only you, Al, would take professional wrestling, the sport entertainment that I love so dearly, and try to compare it to a football game that's tomorrow. I don't even want to hear you right now. Mute your microphone.
Mikey Raw is loving me right now.
Oh,
Go Philadelphia.
Whatever.
Samuel Thompson and Valerie Verman versus the Dude and Autumn Breeze in a mixed tag team match that was set up November, the last time we were in the QMART for Slamsgiving, and these four had an altercation in the ring. It seemed like Samuel Thompson and Valerie Verman were going to get the best of the women's champion, and the Dude came to her rescue, so thus we have a mixed tag team match. What do you guys think of this one?
Go ahead, Keith.
You want me to go ahead? All right.
Go ahead.
After the utterly, frankly, despicable actions of Samuel Thompson and Valerie Verman when they tried to attack Autumn Breeze, possibly tried to end her career, thankfully the Dude came out, did the right thing, proved chivalry isn't dead, and defended Autumn Breeze. Now, as you said, Al, we've got this mixed tag team grudge match here in the QMART to hopefully settle the issue. The Dude is on a roll, but you cannot discount what Sam Thompson and Valerie Verman bring to the ring in terms of their experience. Autumn Breeze, the women's champion, has been the women's champion for almost a year now. I believe she's only, a month less than you've been the hardcore champion, Ruiner?
A month less. I think she won the women's championship
in May
at the outdoor show, I want to say.
Right, and you won the hardcore
title. And I won. No, she won it in June. I won my title on May 22nd, 2021. So she won in June.
So almost a month apart then.
Yes, we're a month apart.
So the two longest reigning champions in 3WA right now.
And when she took a crack at my title, if you remember, in the Back to the Kitchen match.
I do indeed remember that. Who could ever forget that match and your issues with Autumn Breeze last year?
You know what, Keith? You know what? I was going to say something. I wanted you to finish because I knew you were going to do all this flourishing of chivalry and all of this. The Dude came to her rescue and chivalry's alive and well. Shut up! This ain't Valentine's Day yet. I don't give a damn about no chivalry. You know what I think about chivalry? Chivalry is dead. And women like Autumn Breeze killed it. Okay? They expect too much. You know what I mean? They expect us men to wear dresses and fight them and defend titles. They expect to get saved when they go and get roughed. No one saves me. You know what I mean? I handle mine. Women want equal rights, but then they want a man to save them. They want a knight in shining armor, and that knight is the Dude. And the Dude's so goofy. Look at him. Look at the picture. He's goofy. I can't stand the way he comes to the ring. Dude. The fans get all duded up. Oh my God. They act like it was Macho Man Elizabeth like last month. It was sickening. Like, oh my God, the Dude came to save Autumn Breeze. Shut up. Shut all the way up. Yeah. This is wrestling. Get that stuff out of here. No one wants to see that. No one wants. Dude, mind your business, man. Do whatever it is that Dude do in the locker room, wherever you do. Like, just go be goofy somewhere, man. Let her do her own thing. Sam Thompson and Valerie Verman was handling theirs. You know what I mean? And as far as you saying, Keith, that they were trying to end her career, first of all, I would like to point out she shouldn't have a career in 3WA because she's supposed to be back to the kitchen because I beat her in that match. So why she still wrestling? I don't know. Who let her out the kitchen in the first place? Oh my God, these are all valid points. I'll say it myself. Oh, I hope Sam Thompson and Valerie Vermin beat him. That's it. I'm predicting that they're going to beat that. But the dude's going to be too busy trying to impress Autumn. Get out of here. Ugliness. Ugly. Disgusting.
Okay. So I think you're each picking one team or the other. So I'm going to split the difference, and I'm going to say somehow, some way, Samuel Thompson and Valerie Vermin steal one, so to speak.
Yeah, of course you are.
And then, folks, we got the Revolution Rumble, where the winner gets a shot at any championship of his choosing in 3WA. Interesting concept, Mr. Cage.
First of all, let me tell you about this right now. I'm settling the score right now. And I know I said being hat, posted something yesterday about this. The dude rules fix your face and fix your last name. Let me tell you something. I don't like it. I don't like this at all. That there's a Revolution Rumble tonight. All right. All champions right now need to be worried. A Revolution winner gets a shot at championship of his choosing. And I'm from what I understood, because I called the powers that be. It was like, y'all ain't doing this. They're like, yeah, we are. Up there choosing at any time, You know what I mean? They can choose. I could be going through the hardest of hardcore matches, which I still don't even know my opponent. And someone can just come down and try to take this from me, which they will fail anyway. Like I said yesterday, you'll be failing your cash in. So don't bother coming this way. Come on now. It's me, through whatever it all. JT Cage, 21 champ. Can't be beat. Beat feet. Get away from me. Go after the world title. Go after the heavyweight title. Go after what is his name? Mikey Raw. Go after him.
Mikey Raw.
No, go after if freaking Atlas lips his way in there. Like Peno, that's easy pickings. He injured. Just roll him up. Take the Extreme title. Don't come this way. Now, on the flip side of this coin, technically, as of right now, as far as their management's being all mum about who's my next challenger for this, they're being all mum about it. Because personally, I don't think Nico deserves another shot. He lost to me twice. You know what I mean? So, moving on. What if I entered? What if I'm just saying, I'm not saying I will, but hypothetically, what if I entered the Revolution Rumble and win it? And I'm the most cunning man in 3WA history. I'm letting you all know, all champions, all hands on deck. Because if I do, hypothetically, decide to enter this Revolution Rumble, could they be calling me JT 2 belts by the end of the night? The plot thickens. Mikey Raw, could JT take on the high impact champ, Mikey Raw? Because I don't forget things, Mikey Raw. I don't forget that time you came out to save Autumn Breeze in that Back to the Kitchen match and had a face off with me. I seen you shaking in your boots, but you looked in my eyes. I don't forget. Maybe that new title you just won, maybe you'll be the shortest reigning champ like that, Mikey Raw. Or wait. Or maybe because you brought up the fact that Autumn Breeze is only 1 month shy of me with my record reign. Maybe I'll put on the wig and fight Autumn Breeze again and take her title. All things possible in the world. Or what if I just decide to take Professor Keith out of his seat and bless him with a chance to walk with gods of wrestling like the Original Family, give him a t-shirt, and we go take on the Brotherhood for the tag titles.
The tag titles. Would you want the tag team championships, Professor?
I don't
I'd
think
pay
my
to see
health
that.
insurance is paid up enough to take on the Brotherhood.
I would pay to see that.
Professor Keith take all the beating. I just do a quick roll up.
That's
And
what
we're
I'm saying.
tag team.
That's actually how I figured the strategy would work. Or otherwise, Mr. Cage would remember a pre-existing injury that he would need to go to the back and take care of.
And speaking of injuries, what if Evan Atlas decides to grace everyone with his presence and sign some
Yeah, there's
autographs?
that. Sure.
And he just happens to be, in the back or maybe out during intermission. And
Right.
the ruiner decides to ruin him further and just rolls him up, pins him, and becomes the hardcore champion and the extreme champion. What? Or maybe I'll just come to the ring during the main event. A main event Mike Mars and finally give him the hell he had coming for 4 years of worth of torment he's given me. Just maybe I can make that main event between Wyndham and Mike Mars a triple threat match. Or maybe I'll wait till their business is done and pick up the pieces and become the new heavyweight champion while still amongst the best reign in 3WA history. So as much as I complained about the Revolution Rumble, hypothetically, it could also be my blessing in disguise.
Speaking of hypotheticals, have you also thought about the fact that fellow original family member Tyler Sims is at least announced for that match, and that there's always the possibility that you could also be facing original family member Malcolm King if he declares for that match? And how would that work? Have you guys discussed that? I mean, what happens if you wind up the last man in the ring with a Malcolm King or with a Tyler Sims? What if it's all three of you at the end of it? What
First
happens
of all,
then?
Malcolm King is on family business. He will not be in attendance.
Okay.
Second of all, Big Alboski, would you please cut his feet off? Just cut him off. Just take him out. We're not going to be tag champions now, Keith. He's on timeout. He's on timeout bringing that
You
up.
put him on timeout. Why? I want to know why. Why did you put him on timeout?
Because he's going to sit there and try to cause a rift between the family, talking about, first of all, this was all hypothetical.
But he makes a valid point, because
I'm not
if
saying I
you
will
watch
be
any
in the
Royal,
Rumble.
listen, any Battle Royal or Royal Rumble or
You can bring
any
him back.
match like that over the top ropes, if it comes down to partners, isn't it every man for himself?
It is every man for themselves, but you don't think that we'd have a strategy? We'd work together, All right, Keith, welcome back to my show. Act right this time, okay? Act like you know. Trying to cause a rift between the family and bigger. You should cut yourself out too. I should be the only one talking right now, because y'all try to cause a rift between the original family. There's no rift. We are fighting competitors, okay? Everyone in the original family, Malcolm King, Tyler Sims, myself, we're fighters. The original Hat Guy always got our back. If it came down, if hypothetically I'm even entering this rumble, I'm just putting a thought out there, Keith.
Yeah, because I'm not entirely sure you're allowed as a champion to enter the Rumble. This is the first one, so I'm not sure of the rules exactly. Everyone's eligible? Okay.
Everyone's eligible.
I'm just trying to pursue my journalistic responsibility of asking.
And right now, I don't got no one on my dance card.
News.
I don't have anyone on my dance card, so why not? But let's say I hypothetically do enter it, and Top Shelf Tyler Sims is in it as well.
Yeah.
What I think would happen is this: we eliminate everybody, piece of cake, family rules, okay? And then I think because Top Shelf Tyler Sims, he already has a heavyweight title match that Dino has promised him when he relinquished the title. I think Top Shelf would do some Top Shelf stuff and would gracefully just leave the ring and let me.
Whoa.
I mean, that would be the right thing to do. I mean, he's already going to have a heavyweight title shot in his future. He was promised it. So I think he would just gracefully shake my hand, because I like handshaking so much and chivalry and all that. Shake my hand, high five, whatever we got to do. Gives him that, maybe a fist bump. And just walk over the top rope and down to the floor. Then you come back in and celebrate with me. We'll have a beer, I think that's how it should go. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
It's certainly a way it could go, but at the same token, you don't think that it would be in the back of Tyler Sims's mind to say, hey, if I get a win here, I've got double insurance. I've got one title shot in my pocket, and if that doesn't work, I now have the Revolution Rumble title shot in my back pocket. You don't think that that might come into his head even a little bit? I'm just asking questions here. I'm a broadcaster.
Well, he walked off. All right, he walked off. Anyway, while he's gone, Professor, we need to mention the fact that tonight you and I will be at least part, of the introduction of a brand new championship in 3WA, that being the 3WA Carnage Championship, which is much akin to the television title of years past. The 3WA Carnage Champion will be somebody young, new talent, somebody who is, really starting out in the business and really trying to make a name for themselves, and will be featured on Carnage as you and I call Carnage. Good luck to all involved in the brand new 3WA Carnage Championship hunt. That's another championship that we will be introducing tonight at Quakertown. So please come on down. Quakertown, QMART, Saturday or tonight, 6 p.m. Doors open. Tickets are $20, guys. $20. Come down and have a good time. To reserve your seats, call 215-362-70. The Revolution, the matches that we just described, and the brand new 3WA Carnage Championship will be revealed, including the Professor and myself. Are you okay now, Mr. Cage?
Professor is not going to be there. Professor will not be there because I'm going to attack him.
Oh,
Professor, I explained what television. But you guys didn't even tell what's your predictions for this Revolution Rumble before Professor Keith going to make me blow a gas.
It's hard to predict something we don't know who's in. Like, we only know a handful of guys.
What do you want?
But I'll go on a limb and say that if you're in it, it's hard to bet against you, because for 20 months, anybody who's bet against you has been wrong. But if for some reason you're not in it, it's hard to bet against top shelf Tyler Sims. That's my, because who's going to throw him over the top ropes and onto the floor? I don't know. So
exactly. Because the returning Flash Carter can't do it. You know what I mean? He can't take out no Tyler Sims.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, remember
I
him?
forgot about Flash Carter. We didn't mention Flash Carter.
I'm going to sit there and make a big deal out of it. He got his own match plate card thing. Flash Carter's return. What the heck? No one cares. Whatever. You're back. Okay, shut up about it. Why you got to make a stink out of it? What, you going to be in the Rumble? Are you going to fight me again for the hardcore title? Is that my match tonight that the management won't tell me? Is he the mystery opponent? Is it Flash? So I could beat him again? Whoop his ass in the Flash again? Is it him? Dino? Huh? Demetrius Area? Dino? Somebody? Katie? Somebody tell me. Is it Flash? Just tell me now. He already was a mystery opponent for me before.
We don't know.
Autumn Breeze came trolling him out there, and then I spit him back out. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Flash Carter return. Go ahead, talk about it. I'm going to drink some water. Go ahead.
I'm excited about I know the kids will be excited about Flash Carter's return, and he could be one of those guys. He could be one of those dark horses in that Revolutionary Rumble if he's in it, but also I think he could be a leading candidate and contender for the brand new Carnage Championship. No, Professor?
I think so. Flash is the sort of guy that we're talking about for the Carnage, being within the ranks of the Carnage Championship division. I want to, again, thank 3WA management. And more importantly, I want to thank all of you, the fans that watch and support Carnage and have made this possible. This championship is only possible because of your support for Carnage, because management sees that support for Carnage. And we all believe in Carnage, and we believe what we're doing there. And of course, we will, if for some reason you can't make it to a show tonight, we will have full coverage of this show on Carnage over the next several weeks.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing. I'm gonna say something that's gonna blow your gaskets, will blow your mind, but yeah, you guys do a good job of Carnage. Big Alboski. I don't know about you, Keith. You talk a lot of crap about me. You think I don't watch Carnage? Come on. You always talking about me and the hat guy and all this, that, and the third, and the family always down at us. But hey, good job with the rest of the stuff. I just don't like what you got to say about me. The rest of the stuff, you say whatever. Don't be talking about me. But it's good to see that the management, the 3WA, has acknowledged the fact that you guys are doing a good job and has created a championship out of your guys' show, out of Carnage. And you know, I applaud that. I think it's cool. But hypothetically, what if I win the Revolution Rumble and I just take the Carnage championship?
Well, then either way, you'll have two belts. Either way, you'll have two belts.
Yeah, hopefully
I don't think I'm eligible. I've been around too long. What do you say? It's for new guys, right?
Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah, that is my understanding of what they want to build the division up with. They want to build it up with the newer, younger talent within 3WA, guys that are kind of just starting out, that haven't made a name for themselves yet, like you obviously have, with the hardcore championship. So kind of a title based on opportunity, based on being something for, I don't want to say a stepping stone, but a start on athlete's journey to bigger and better things.
So that means no Wolfman, no Roadblock, because they all
No.
My understanding is they will not be within the division, but you never know. Things could change. I mean, once we have a champion, who knows? That champion may have some different ideas about who they want to send the championship against.
Well, I'm going to fight against that rule because the Revolution Rumble rule is any championship. So I think if I hypothetically enter this Revolution Rumble, I should be able to challenge for that title.
It is something that's crossed my mind, and management probably should clarify that at the show tonight, because my understanding is we'll be introducing the championship, but we will not be, in fact, crowning a champion tonight.
Anytime, any championship, anytime. If the championship is vacant, I should just be able to have it.
I mean, that is a fair and valid point.
I will have my lawyer, the original hat guy, work on that. I will have him find out the specifics.
Wasn't aware he had his law license.
Don't worry about it. He has a lot of licenses. He wears a lot of different hats, so to speak.
He's a man of different hats, yes. Yes.
I think they call him the original hat guy for it. Sure.
Absolutely. All right.
He could wrestle, guys, if you want to be... steel cage match last year. Remember that? Last anniversary show. That's like
absolutely. Sole Survivor. Sole Survivor.
Sole Survivor of a steel cage match. Because of that Bembo Auto Breeze, but still.
One of the great bits of strategy where he, took a haymaker and laid down for about 20 minutes.
Please, Keith. You always got to look at the negatives, look at the positives. 2022 was a great year for the original family. It was a great year for wrestling overall, not just 3WA, just everything, all the different shakeups and things in the world of professional wrestling, from the top to the bottom, everything. There's a lot of good things in this world of wrestling. Some of the best things came right out of Quakertown, right out of Schuylkill Haven, 3WA. Some of the best things came out of and from, and you're all welcome, from the original family. We gave you a year of entertainment. We gave you a year of victories. We gave you a year of you guys needing to look up to us for inspiration in your daily lives. We helped you guys get out of bed in the morning and wake up and say, well, damn, if the original family could do it, so can I. You put your feet to the floor and you get motivated and moving in whatever you do. You're welcome. The family has motivated you guys. We are like a motivational book or an audio book if you're lazy. We are that to all of you. We have been that. Your guiding lights in 2022. And now we've raised things up a few more notches in 2023. So stay tuned, because the original family rules all. Everything, including you right now. We're your uncle daddies. Yeah, we just adopted you, Keith. You're our son. Our bastard son, though, so you're not part of the family. You're like a stepson off to the corner. Bastard. Get me sick, Keith. Say nicer things about us on Carnage, will you?
Do nicer things, and I will.
We do nicer things, we win. Can't get much nicer than that. Am I right, Big Elbows?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ruiner of it all. All right. If you guys want to be part of this big event in QMART, call 215-362-7180 or just show up at the doors open at 6 o'clock at the QMART in Quakertown, PA tonight. JT Cage will be part of that big event along with all the stars of 3WA.
Guess who won't be there?
Do we need to mention
All right, we won't mention the name. We won't mention the name.
Yeah.
But guess who won't be there? Hey,
to me, you keep mentioning that name, he's going to show up and buy a ticket.
Maybe,
yeah.
I was going to say, maybe the name that we do not
Yeah.
speak of, that I happen to become K316 since I just retired your ass, maybe he will sit amongst you. Maybe he'll sit right next to you.
Oh, I'll sit right next to Mike Biggeroni, I'm sure. All right. If that's all.
2022 was amazing for me. Come on, it was amazing.
So let's see how let's start 2023 with a bang for the professor and the ruiner of it all, the 3WA hardcore champion JT Cage. I'm the Big Al Boski. This was the 3WA pre-show. We'll see you tonight in Quakertown.
You think you know me?